Hello, today we're going to talk about our visit to MGS Plastics and learn how they manage their IT systems.
En la actualidad, esta empresa es el líder en el moldeo de plásticos mediante inyección multidisparo. Ha sido capaz de desarrollar su propia tecnología, la cual permite usar una prensa regular y adaptarla para conseguir un proceso de inyección multidisparo. Su sede principal se localiza en Germantown, que está en Wisconsin, y tiene plantas en Nueva York, Illinois, Irlanda, China y pues por supuesto que en México. Esta empresa es capaz de ofrecer servicios de diseño, moldeo, tecnologías de automatización e inyección y fabricación de moldes. En México se especializan principalmente en el moldeo. Al visitar esta empresa observamos que las tecnologías de redes que ellos utilizan están basadas principalmente en el Ethernet. En sus conexiones suelen utilizar cableado de cobre para distancias cortas y cable de fibra óptica para distancias largas, por ejemplo, en caso de que quieran transferir información de una bodega a otra. También cuentan con cuartos IDF, que son cuartos de comunicación distribuidos en zonas estratégicas para mejorar la comunicación entre las diversas zonas de la empresa.
Now we're going to present you how they actually had all of the connections set up. Throughout all of the plant, they used Ethernet connections, and according to Jonathan, this is a better networking solutions than all of the other ones, like Profibus and all of those. This is because they can use with just one type of port, which helps with uniformity, and also you can transfer a variety of data with these kind of ports. These ports can also be connected to a lot of the machines that they have on the plant, so it also helps with that. First, they had connected the Ethernet ports to the machine, which was in turn connected to a computer that was close to it. This was so they can monitor all of the production cycles and on time of the machine. From here, the cables were routed up to an IDF, or a kiosk. Here in the IDF, you will find all of the cables and the routings of all of the machines that are in its vicinity. This is because it's easier to route everything to just one place and then route it to the main center than having all of the machines individually routed to the main hub. This also helps with the amount of cables that they have lying around. Instead of sending some 40 or something cables from one simple zone, they can just send 4 to the main server, which again helps with uniformity. Here inside of the kiosk we also find an MVR. The MVR is this little device down here, which is basically the center for all of the cameras within that zone of the facilities. Once they come around to the main server, you will find this connection hub. This connection hub is connected to a machine that recollects all of the information from all of the different injection plastic machines, and they send them to the IQMS real-time monitoring software, and this is within a cloud. We will talk about IQMS in a moment, and we will explain what this does. But in a simple summary, it basically allows to monitor all of the machines from any computer. One of the interesting things about this whole system is that they had a mix of fiber optic cables and copper cables. The fiber optic cables were located on the second production floor within the facility. Because of these cables only have 100-meter range, which is also why they were routed from a section on the facility up to a kiosk, and then they go to the main hub. This is to renew the signal. And the other place was too far away. It was 400 meters apart. So instead of adding 4 renewers, they decided instead to create a main kiosk that had a higher capacity for routing machines to it, and they had 4 SUV IDFs that connected to it. So essentially, they had the same as in the main floor, but instead of going directly to the main hub, they went to this bigger IDF, and then this IDF was connected by a fiber optic cable up to the main hub. From here we can also see another interesting thing, and we can actually see the transition between hardware that these people had. The machine that has all of the ports on the bottom, it's an older machine that has basically just a single configuration of Ethernet ports, and they cannot move them around, while the one on top is a highly customizable networking solution that allows you to move the values of the ports around and also lets you just add just the amount that you actually need. As we can see, there's still some machines hooked up to the bottom and they were on the process of moving everything to the new hardware. That was for the production side. For the offices, and they had a simpler solution. First of all, they had everything connected to Microsoft Azure, and most of their services ran out of this. So basically, phone calls, instead of just using like a regular service, they just do them through a special program they made on this, and also all of the information of the employees is linked from here to the IQMS, and you can see it from anywhere. Also, all of the internet access, they had it routed to a simple Cisco machine that they had over here, and this is basically manages all of the different networks that are required throughout the facility. One interesting thing is that every single machine that they have has a virtual VLAN, and this is in order to simplify the networking, because now instead of needing some 40 to 50 cables per office, you only need one, and then use virtual machines to essentially separate each of them. And that's why you don't see a lot of cables, even though there's like literally hundreds of computers connected to this Cisco networking solution. And of course, this is also connected to the main storage server, where you will find all of the different data sheets that they use, their marketing devices, and well, basically everything that needs to be stored.
IQMS. That is a platform that is used to save information on the cloud, and many factories use it to inform to the personnel anything that is happening, and like the it's because the factories has a large part of information, and then they upload it to the cloud with by MGS, which give is which give them the opportunity to verify, monitor, and inspect important points such as cycles, production stop, active production time, piece extracted by and molds used, and all the information. It's available to anyone with the appropriate access code. That access code is available to the boss or the chief in the factory, and when we visit the factory, they show us the industrial network, and they show us the steps that the industrial network is conformed, and we saw the important points to remember, and we separe them in advantages and disadvantages. For advantages, we saw the port uniformity in real-time monitoring, access to the IQMS cloud on now machines, easy expandability, modular designs thanks the kiosk, and shared camera system saving space. And as the disadvantages, uh, we saw that when a connection fails, it is necessary to inspect the cable one by one until the source of the error is detected, because they have many cables and they are no idea who we can detect the cable that is wrong.
Good morning, afternoon, or night. My name is David, and I'm going to talk about the Industry 4.0. The Industry 4.0 implies using more sophisticated artificial intelligence with the use of advanced techniques to maximize the production. In MGS Plastic Chihuahua, they are going to make the big transition to that industry. Why? Because they're going to incorporate a robot that can examine the pieces without the human intervention, making them autonomous. And also they use a heavy use of the portal where all the employees of all the branches can be united via the portal IQMS.
Right now, MGS is working on creating a new storage complex. Currently, they have installed the rock of the wiring on the ceiling and have also installed the main kiosk from which all the information will go to the main facility. And they will follow this plan for the future. They will install all copper wiring from the storage PC to the kiosk. They will install a wireless solution to temporary connection connects the main facility to the storage facility, and they will remove the wireless solution, then install a high-speed fiber optic line from the main server to the kiosk.
Now we are going to talk about the estimate from the equipment. Let's take in consideration that the prices we are going to mention are going to be an approximation. For example, the intermediate distribution frame with switches can cost up to 200,000 pesos per unit. An industrial computer can vary between 27,000 pesos to 120,000 pesos per unit. The fiber optic, in order to link multiple devices, it depends on the quality between 100 pesos to 31,000 pesos. The server is a little bit expensive, between 1,200 pesos to 220,000 pesos. And the central database, it depends on the software you want to hire yearly. For example, the ITAM costs up to 700,000 pesos per year. Another one is Caspio, which costs up to 95 pesos per year. The most unique one is PagerDuty, that you can pay 9,310 pesos per year and per user. And lastly is Total Network Inventory, which costs up to 74,000 pesos for unlimited nodes, and the best of it is an only payment.
Here there are some of the notes that we took during our time in the enterprise. We will just go through them quickly and you can pause if you want to read them. That will be all for today. These are my team members: David Arturo Flores Gonzalez, Omar Iram Holguin Barajas, Ivan Replazón, which is myself, and Natalia Yáñez Flores. So thanks for everything and goodbye.